Well, today we're going to take a swing at cutting down some brush and weeds that shouldn't be where they are. And this is a lot different than what I usually do, but it's got to be done at some point. Might as well be now. What you see me cutting here is locally known as pampas grass. A more common name that we used to use when we were kids is cutty grass. It's a bit immature, I guess, but that name comes from the razor sharp edge that will cut you if you brush up against it the wrong way. It's evil stuff. We never used to have it here on our block of land until the neighbour felled all of his pine trees. Now we can't get rid of it fast enough. So this is kind of what's left of the stuff that I've done over the last week or so. Most of this is down to trying to get the water lines exposed. Now you can't see, but in there are actually hollow points where the downpipes go down and become our rainwater, and I need to clear all this off so that I can bury those so that they're safe. At the moment I keep tripping over them. So we'll just wander around here and see all the rest of this. A lot of this was done the other day, and the greenies among you might say, oh, terrible, terrible, but I've put Roundup on the pampas grass because it's not from here and I don't want it here. So yeah, I'm just trying to get all this done before winter sets in. And just a bit of a top up. This is the area that I was dragging out in that last video. I lost all the footage for actually digging this all out, and I'm not going to try to recover it, but this is just about ready. As soon as I get the digger back from the workshop, this is all going to be dug out level. About where the front of the trailer is about the right level, and we'll level the entire thing off. This is that pile of topsoil I was talking about. I've still got more to scrape back. This piece here, all of this here, has to come back to about here, and then it'll slope back at about a 30-degree off vertical, and then I'll put a retaining wall in. As long as it doesn't go over 1.5 meters, it's fine. As long as it doesn't have to hold up a car or a carport. This is the area that I worked on. I had a lot of video footage for this, but it's gone permanently. This used to be all trees, and you can see how many trees there are piled up here. The piles are going to be chopped up into sort of 2-meter lengths for wood processing. They go through the wood processor pretty quickly. About over there where that tree is, you can see laying down, that's about the limit of the, if you want to call it, the building site. About there is where the house will end, and allowing for a 10-meter setback, and then we're all good. So once I get my digger back and I can clear all this stuff out, we'll be looking at maybe trying to get the build started in about maybe 2 or 3 months. We're just in the last processes of getting resource consent. We've had, because of the size of the building and the height, we're in the middle of negotiating with the council about what the landscaping has to be, and we've had to contact and engage a landscape architect. So yeah, it's been good just plodding along when I've had work. If I was locked down now and had my digger, I would be working like a Trojan trying to get all this done, and it would be clear, it would be leveled. I'd have the building pads pretty close to ready, all the excavation work done, all this firewood out of the way, and the manuka and the kanuka that grow on this place don't ever stop growing, and they're kind of a nursery tree. So they grow out fast and furious, and then all the bigger natives like the totras and riwa and all those other lovely trees, they grow up underneath and they push the kanuka and the manuka out onto the edges. And yeah, So this is it, and hopefully you can see from what I'm showing you now, it's kind of hard to pick from the angle, but you kind of get down here. This is ground level, and if you look at that, you look how high we've got to go. So this area here, which I've actually put a little bit of gravel on, so when it rains we don't just slip and track mud everywhere. I've got to level this off. This area here is basically the apron, so it'll go along here. It's got to stay pretty much original ground like that because of for the shed, but it'll sweep out in a bit of an arc that way, and it'll come straight across that line there, and then it'll get cut down basically probably to about that level there, because the garage, while that's the level where it's going to be, the garage floor will actually be 300 mil above that. It's about a foot for the Luddites amongst us. And then this area that I'm standing on, the apron, needs to be 4 inches, 100 mil below the fixed floor level and slope down for drainage. So I'm not going to cut too much of this dirt out.